Welcome to Cape Town News. Today is Sunday, the 24th of August, 2025. And in case you missed it, here's a recap of the top stories that made headlines in the Western Cape this past week. Brigadier Wienand, newly appointed commander of the Western Cape Anti-Gang Unit, has declared war on gang violence, starting with the youth. Despite a slight drop in contact crime earlier this year, the Western Cape remains plagued by murder, with Cape Town suburbs among the most dangerous in South Africa. Wienand, with 38 years in policing and a strong operational background, believes trust and early intervention are the keys. Drawing inspiration from his late mentor, Major General Andre Lincoln, he's pursuing a preventative model grounded in community engagement and youth outreach. He insists the anti-gang unit cannot function alone, pushing for stronger coordination with education, social development, and city law enforcement. He's especially concerned by the trend of younger gang recruits and wants to replace their path to crime with sport and social support. Intelligence-led operations continue, and anti-gang unit's unit structure is split between tackling organized crime and street-level violence. 13 precincts are classified as high risk, with anti-gang unit working alongside Operation Chanella and Lockdown 3 forces. Wienand is firm. Suppression alone won't stop gang culture. Instead, his plan aims to dismantle recruitment pipelines, uphold internal police integrity, and regain community trust. With political and public backing, his people-first approach could shift the tide on one of the Cape's deadliest crises. As travelers shift from fast-paced sightseeing to immersive exploration, Cape Town is rising as a haven for slow travel. This mindful approach emphasizes cultural connection, deeper experiences, and sustainability over rushed itineraries. The city's natural beauty, history, and vibrant food scene lend themselves perfectly to slow travel. Bokap's colorful homes, bustling local markets, and panoramic hikes offer a rhythm that encourages reflection. Families are embracing this trend too. Michelle's sister, front office manager at the Radisson, says guests now extend their stays, seek genuine local advice, and savor Cape Town's culinary delights as a unit. Hotels are responding with flexible stays and bespoke local activities, helping guests discover the city's heartbeat. Slow travel also aligns with environmentally conscious tourism, which is increasingly important to visitors. Cape Town's blend of mountains, beaches, heritage, and warm hospitality makes it the ideal location to enjoy life in the slow lane and create memories that go beyond postcards. Whether solo, with friends, or as a family, the Mother City is proving that slowing down is the new way to travel well. Western Cape Minister of Police Oversight and Community Safety, Henri Marais, has praised all stakeholders involved in the latest Mitchell's Plain Safety and Development Plan meeting. Held on the 14th of August 2025, the meeting marked a crucial step in the province's drive to curb crime and uplift one of Cape Town's most vulnerable communities. The session brought together a wide coalition of local leaders, residents, law enforcement, and civil society groups who all share a unified vision, turning Mitchell's Plain into a safer, thriving neighborhood. Minister Marais highlighted that this kind of active participation is exactly what's needed to rebuild trust and ensure meaningful progress. The meeting served not only to align various departments behind a single safety plan, but also to invite public ownership of the process. The Department of Police Oversight and Community Safety emphasized that inclusive partnerships remain central to success. With this milestone behind them, the department will now transition from planning into action, backed by continued collaboration and oversight. Minister Marais affirmed her department's readiness to work alongside all spheres of government to make Mitchell's Plain a model of proactive safety governance in the Western Cape. In a major step toward recovery, 46 families relocated from a dangerously unstable Eskom pylon in Langa have now had electricity restored to their new homes. the city of Cape Town confirmed the successful switch-on this past weekend, following weeks of multi-agency coordination. The emergency move came after severe vandalism left Eskom's Tower 37 on the brink of collapse, forcing the swift evacuation. In response, the city's human settlements team worked around the clock to establish temporary but secure housing on municipally owned land. Alongside this, the Energy Department installed full electrification, including 60 free units per month per household as part of the city's basic services allocation. Water and sanitation were also rapidly deployed. While Eskom is responsible for pylon repairs, SAPS and other municipal departments helped secure the site and protect the relocation process. Human Settlements head Karl Popheim noted that while the teams worked in tough conditions, the response shows what's possible when government agencies work in tandem. Going forward, the city is exploring legal avenues to expand similar interventions, especially in cases where safety and infrastructure needs overlap. Langa residents welcomed the restored services as a turning point in a tense and uncertain period. In a powerful push for freight safety, the Western Cape Mobility Department hosted a truck driver wellness event at the Somerset West Weighbridge, part of its Freight Focus Month. Truckers received free health screenings for blood pressure, cholesterol, diabetes, and eyesight, an essential move for drivers who face long hours on the road. Mobility Minister Isaac Sileku said the initiative transforms talk into action, noting that the province's economy heavily depends on the freight sector. He stressed that better health equals better safety. In partnership with Provincial Traffic, the Road Accident Fund, EMS, and the South African Optometry Association, the intervention also gave truckers a voice to air their challenges. The province launched a new truck stop improvement framework, listing key features like hot showers, wellness clinics, safe parking, fuel, food, and accommodation, aimed at raising minimum standards and turning rest stops into secure logistics hubs. Fatigue and lack of facilities are key contributors to truck-related accidents. Minister Sileku said, raising truck stop standards improves lives, road safety, and the economy. The province now urges municipalities and the private sector to act on the framework and invest in upgraded facilities that serve long-haul drivers with dignity. Cape Town's dial-a-ride transport service for the disabled is under fire after the city revealed budget cuts will limit access from the 8th of September, excluding blind users, those with cognitive impairments, and several NGOs. City officials claim they wrote to Minister of Social Development Nokuzola Tolashe in March and again in May for funding support, but received no reply. The department, however, denies ever receiving a request. The city's operating budget of 28 million rand falls far short of the 40 million rand needed to run Dial-a-Ride, resulting in a 1 million rand shortfall each month. Urban mobility. MACO member Rob Quintus stated the services overlap between transport and social development warranted national assistance. Meanwhile, the Western Cape Network on Disability criticized the city's lack of meaningful consultation. They claim advocacy groups weren't properly engaged and that notification is not consultation, especially when blind citizens can't access printed letters. With over 4,500 trips made monthly and a waiting list of 460 users, the cuts will have serious consequences for those who depend on the service for work, healthcare, and survival. Advocacy organizations are demanding both clarity and urgency before the September changes take effect. Checkers has taken a bold step in retail innovation by unveiling the country's first smart trolley, the Express Trolley, a tech-forward solution aimed at revolutionizing how customers shop in-store. Developed by ShopRite Group's innovation arm ShopRite X, this trolley allows shoppers to scan and bag items as they shop, monitor a live total, and make payments directly from the trolley itself, bypassing queues altogether. Customers also benefit from personalized promotions linked to their extra savings profile and access store navigation and product details via a touchscreen. The pilot program has launched at Chequers Hyper Brackenfell and Chequers Constantia with 10 trolleys at each location. Customers simply scan their extra savings card, bag items, and pay using a bank card linked to their 6060 profile before exiting through a dedicated lane. ShopRite Group's Chief Innovation Officer, Neil Schroeder, says this move mirrors international retail trends and empowers shoppers with budget control, speed, and convenience. Beyond a futuristic shopping experience, it also aids 6060 staff with faster in-store picking. If the pilot proves successful, the smart trolley could soon become a standard feature across South African stores. This represents a major leap toward making Chequers a world-class omnichannel retailer and reflects South Africa's readiness to embrace global innovation in retail technology. The South African Astronomical Observatory has opened its long-awaited visitor center, transforming a heritage pump house into a world-class interactive space that bridges astronomy, heritage, and cultural diversity. Situated in Observatory Cape Town, the center is part of the National Astro-Tourism Strategy, aimed at broadening science access and boosting tourism. Visitors can interact with celestial exhibits, view the sun safely via a heliostat, and operate the historic McLean telescope, which features a rare hydraulic rising floor. The design showcases a unique perforated aluminium ceiling, mirroring indigenous Kora constellations, and includes oral stories narrated in isiXhosa and Khoekhoegowab, highlighting Africa's historic contributions to astronomy. According to the newspaper, the center represents a major investment in public engagement and learning, especially for women and rural youth in STEM. It's expected to attract over 18,000 visitors annually. The launch comes ahead of Cape Town, hosting the 2025 International Astronomy Union General Assembly, placing the city at the forefront of global space education. The visitor center is now open to the public and stands as a must-see destination for locals, tourists, and future scientists alike. The Western Cape government is sounding the alarm over the rising threat of animal diseases that could devastate agriculture, cripple exports, and put thousands of jobs at risk. Outbreaks of African swine fever in informal settlements, rabies in Cape fur seals, and detections of avian influenza have highlighted vulnerabilities that cannot be ignored. Minister Ivan Meyer has warned that disease control is no longer just an agricultural issue, but a social and economic imperative that affects every Cape Townian. He has called for urgent cooperation between farmers, researchers, municipalities, and citizens to build strong biosecurity measures as the first line of defense. Dr. Christy Kloppers, a state veterinarian based in Swellendam, stressed that informal farming practices present a huge challenge in disease control and that government resources must be used optimally to protect livelihoods. Biosecurity, Meyer explained, extends from farms to transport networks, food production, and exports. It is essential for sustaining international trade and the reputation of Cape products abroad. Every outbreak prevented means businesses saved and families secure. The province has mobilized resources, working closely with national authorities and industry partners to monitor risks and enforce strict prevention protocols. Meyer emphasized during a meeting with mayors and municipal managers that biosecurity is everyone's business, from farm to fork. The city of Cape Town has announced plans to sell its majority 72.7% stake in the Cape Town International Convention Centre with an estimated value of 885 million rand, redirecting funds towards service delivery and infrastructure. Mayoral Committee Member for Finance, Councillor Siseko Mbandezi, said private sector investment could unlock the centre's full potential while the city refocuses on its constitutional mandate. He assured Cape Townians that the CTICC would remain a convention hub and the land would stay city-owned, securing its future as a world-class venue. Opened in 2003 as a joint investment with the Western Cape government, the CTICC has created or sustained more than 169,000 jobs, added 58 billion rand to the province's gross geographic product and contributed 66.9 billion rand to South Africa's GDP. Its proven record as an economic driver raises important questions about the impact of privatization. Supporters believe the sale will allow for greater commercial agility and expansion into international markets, while critics fear reduced accountability and long-term returns for residents. The current ownership structure includes the city, the Western Cape Government, and SunWest International. Details of the public participation process will be announced in the coming weeks before the council makes a final decision. Western Cape Minister of Infrastructure Tertuis Simmers has concluded 6 public meetings with residents across Eerste River, Blackheath, Mfuleni, Westbank and Sarepta to update them on the Welmoed housing development, a project set to transform the region with thousands of new homes. Simmers emphasized that the sessions were focused on facts, progress, and dispelling misinformation, while also addressing critical concerns about roads, health, education, and safety. The department confirmed that bulk infrastructure upgrades valued at 680 million rand are complete, while road network planning is advancing with the city of Cape Town. Space for schools, clinics, and a police station has already been secured through ongoing engagements with provincial departments and SAPs. Phase 1 of the development will deliver 3,296 housing opportunities at a cost of 2.1 billion rand, with the full project expected to create 10,000 units by 2035. Up to 6,000 local work opportunities will be generated in Phase 1, with contractors required to use local labor, subcontract to small businesses, and meet strict employment targets or face penalties. A beneficiary verification drive will take place in September to ensure transparent and fair allocations. Minister Simmers closed by saying that despite challenges, the government is delivering at scale to restore dignity, provide security, and build a better future for families in the Western Cape. The city of Cape Town has approved the sale of the long-awaited fruit and veg site between Kent and Bloemhof Streets near District 6 for the development of 375 residential units, with 237 reserved for social housing. The YG Group was awarded the land for just over 10 million rand, with the council's decision marking a milestone in the city's commitment to unlocking affordable housing in well-located areas. This comes 8 years after the site was first earmarked, and 2 years after in-principle approval was given for its release. The development will also include retail space, helping cross-subsidize costs and ensuring financial sustainability. Social housing units will be rental only, aimed at households earning under 22,000 rand a month, with capped rents below 7,326 rand. A protective clause in the agreement ensures that if YG Group fails to complete the development within 7 years, the contract will default and the city will be compensated. MACO member for Human Settlements, Carl Popham, stressed the urgency of national government support, saying that funding delays at Social Housing Regulatory Authority have stalled other projects, including Salt River Market and Pine Road in Woodstock. Despite this, the city remains determined to advance its pipeline of 12,000 affordable units across 21 parcels of land, 10 of which lie within 10 kilometers of the CBD. Cape Town will wake up to cool morning temperatures around 11 degrees, climbing slowly to a mild high of 17 by the afternoon. You'll see a bit of morning cloud, but expect it to clear gradually as the day warms up. Along the coastline, the southeasterly breeze will pick up, blowing between 20 and 35 kilometers an hour, just enough to keep things fresh. Further inland, Paarl will start off chilly at around 6 degrees, before warming to a sunny 19 by lunchtime. Stellenbosch follows a similar pattern, with an early low of 5 and a high of 18 under mostly clear skies. At sea, the Atlantic remains a little unsettled. Swells will hold between 2.5 to nearly 3 meters, rolling in every 12 seconds. It's not the best day for small craft, so take extra caution if you're heading out. High tides will hit just before sunrise at 4:25 in the morning and again at 4:41 in the afternoon. Low tides are expected around 10:26 in the morning and 10:51 tomorrow night. With that, we wrap up this week's recap, and now you know what's happening in the mother city. Thank you for watching Cape Town News. Make sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you never miss a story. We appreciate your support. Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. Don't forget, the next bulletin drops tomorrow at 12 noon on YouTube. Meanwhile, stay safe, informed, and connected.